Welcome back to the special coverage of the 2015 presidential election in Nigeria. My name is Rudolf Okonkwo. It's been called historic. Some people say it's the most important election in a generation. It's not an exaggeration. The future of the Fourth Republic is on the line. And we here at Sahara, we present all the views or the possibilities that we could give to you about what's happening on the ground. But right now, we are going to bring the best panel in-house that we have here at Sahara. We want to get them to weigh in on what has been going on since the beginning of this election today. And joining us now is our own Adeola Fayehun. Adeola, welcome to Sahara TV.
Hi, good morning.
And next Adeola is Faloye. Welcome to Sahara TV.
Thank you, Rudolph. Good morning.
Good morning. And at the end is Kwesi, Baako. Kwesi, welcome to Sahara.
Thank you, Rudolph. Hi.
All right. Let's look at what has been going on today. What is very, very important that you've noticed in the stories we've been seeing this morning?
Well, the manufacturing of the card reader. So far, this has been speculated that it could happen, and now to see it happening, it's not really a good thing. I'm not really sure if it has been fixed yet, but according to sources, we heard that the president spent like half hour for him to be, for his card reader to be verified. If they would take half hour with the president alone, I'm just thinking of what everybody else has had to go through this morning. So that has been very troubling for me.
Okay.
Looks like it's going to be a long day.
Okay. Olu, did you notice anything that is out of the ordinary? We know that they've been having delays. Some polling stations didn't have the INEC officials, so they don't have the ballots. But what have you noticed?
Also, I noticed that, to what Adeola just said, is that I think one of the problems with the card readers is that there was like a plastic strip, and the people didn't know that. So I'm really surprised that they tested these things before. So while on the day of, or they just realizing that if you that the plastic strip was there, so but immediately they took it off. You know, I was getting some reports from the ground on WhatsApp and everything, and they said that it moved faster. The accreditation definitely moved faster. But another thing I just want to say that the INEC website got hacked. That's not a good. That's really not a good thing on the day of. And you know, the cyber army is saying that they also have other websites hacked as well. So that's not a good thing. So I think we need to get that. And of course, there's been some reports of violence, and you know, that's just unfortunate. Right.
Now, Kwesi, the international media, they are all in Nigeria, they are watching, and even here in the United States, it's the lead story in most newspapers and on TV.
Yep.
What are they reporting?
I think the focus at this point is on the fact that President Jonathan actually had a delay in registering. And that actually sends a signal. It's not too good because, like Adeola already said, I don't want to, you know, like flog that point too much, but it sends a rather awkward signal to everybody else. How is this going to turn out eventually with so many voters waiting to vote? Also, I know there's a group who were protesting against the use of those cards.
Yeah.
Are they vindicated? What really is going on here? We need to look at that. And then also, the international press is also reporting the bomb blasts in different parts of Nigeria, which many people kind of expected. And we just hope that, you know, the army has got its foot on the ground and nothing untoward happens.
Okay. Adeola, let me come back to you. What is at stake for Nigerians in this election, the bigger picture?
Well, I feel like the whole world right now is probably trying to see if we would continue the way we are or if we would actually choose to change government. So I feel like if this election doesn't go well, that would not really backfire because it would be very easy to regate. I mean, people have not started voting yet, and we're already having problems. So this would be a big setback for us if we don't get it right this time. I don't know if there will ever be another time like this in Nigeria because I feel like the contestants, right now we have a president that has really messed up and we have a contender who has a lot of followers. I don't know if that time will ever come again in Nigeria. So we have to get it right. If we don't get it right this time, it will be a big setback and disappointment.
What do you think?
I definitely agree. The world is watching us. We're the giant of Africa, as we so claim. We're the most populous black nation in the world. And just the other day, I got a report, not to digress, but Togo, I think, a country also postponed their elections.
Yeah.
You know, so that's not good. So, you know, we have to set a precedent. We have to set an example. So some of these things, the mishaps and, you know, the PVC's malfunction and everything doesn't really speak well. And I'm really, really disappointed. But I'm glad that at least, you know, I'm getting reports that everything's moving out well. And there's a huge turnout. You know, everybody's at the polling stations and everything. So everybody's got to go out and vote. And this is a very, very important time in our country's history. So let's represent. Yeah, good.
Now, Kwesi, let me ask you about the voter turnout. It's being reported that a lot of people are turning out. Who should be worried? Which of the parties? Is it opposition or is it the PDP?
That is a question I wish I could answer, Rudolf. At this point, I'm not sure if anybody has any form of system to determine that, apart from to judge from which strongholds that these voter turnouts are in. If you have a big voter turnout in a particular place where you know, for instance, that the PDP is strong, then naturally the APC should be worried. If it's the other way around, then the opposite, you know, applies. But the good news is that people are actually turning out to vote. Yeah. And let me take a moment to salute the bravery of the Nigerian people, because Boko Haram alone is a threat enough for people to feel like not going out to vote. Right. But they have braved that, you know, even though they are bomb blasts and all of that, people are still out there in their numbers voting, because I believe they want to make a statement. And that statement, I hope, will be a good one.
Yeah, just to hop on that, I was reading a report earlier on SaharaReporters.com website that displaced people in Maiduguri actually went out to vote. So they came out. So, you know, and like you said, they braved all the fears and, you know, the possible attacks by Boko Haram. So I think that's definitely a very good sign.
And I think that the PDP should be worried if a lot of people are out to vote, because just speaking with people, it looks like majority of Nigerians are in support of Buhari. I mean, I feel like Buhari has more supporters, especially in northern states. And Kano alone is like millions of people. So if a lot of people should go out to vote, I feel like PDP will probably be worried.
Yeah, I'll be honest, you know, going by social media in these last few days, I've been seeing a lot of support for PDP.
Buhari.
Well,
for PDP?
As PDP.
For Jonathan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially, you know, what happened yesterday with them saying they recaptured Goza and everything.
Recapturing Goza without finding the girls?
I know.
It's
so,
still,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just, I'm just saying, because I'm just going by what I see on social media.
What's the point? What are we celebrating really? Because they've been celebrating since yesterday that they recaptured Goza, but people are like, so what about the girls?
Exactly, and they were saying that that's not too far from where the girls are. But I guess, you know, during the show we have
Although I don't know if that would have changed anything if they found the girls yesterday and elections is today. I mean, maybe for some people, maybe they would have changed their minds.
I believe it would have.
That people would have changed their
Minimal
minds?
as that may be, but I believe there are people who would definitely be impressed by, you know, stuff like that. And having said that, let me mention that people think there's some kind of a stage performance going on.
Yeah.
And let's all wait to see the final result. But a day before the elections, Goza gets retaken and all of that.
Oh, by the way, the president had said it would be recaptured on Friday, and it was recaptured on Friday.
Yeah, good.
People are like, how did he know?
So why are people not giving him credit for what he accomplished in the last 6 weeks?
I feel like people are giving him credit.
Right.
It's just that a lot of people are also trying to process everything that, so you could do this. Why didn't you do it a year ago, 2 years? It's kind of too late for most people, I feel.
Honestly, I think to an extent he deserves some credit, but I'm not going to embrace mediocrity when this could have been done in the past 6 years. I mean, how all of a sudden in 6 weeks you just like snap your finger and all these things happen? So,
but again, to his own defense, he says things like the arms came in the last few weeks. So should that not be?
No. Okay, so one of the things he said was that arms are not like cigarettes that you can just walk into the store to purchase. That shouldn't be coming from the mouth of a president, first of all. Whatever magic he did in the last 6 weeks that brought the arms, he could have done it in 6 years. The fact that he wasn't able to do the magic in 6 years and he was able to do it in 6 weeks really makes me question what's actually going on.
And here's the thing, I think he could have destroyed Boko Haram when they were weak.
Yeah.
But now they got strong.
Yeah,
and they,
but
right.
that one he said that they underestimated Boko Haram. Now let's talk about the accreditation. Is
Yes.
so far it's going well.
Yes.
That's what people are saying. There are some hitches in some places.
Yeah.
But the main test will come when it's time to vote.
Yes.
And what happens after. So what are your expectations in terms of people voting and what will happen after, based on the turnout?
Accreditation has been an issue as far as I can recall from the media reports coming down to this day, and then it's topped off with President Jonathan's own dilemma at the polls and stuff like that. Hopefully that doesn't become the order of the day. Hopefully that's like a flash in the pan, and it just like goes away, and the cards work and everything, and we get people to vote. In terms of the numbers and stuff like that, I believe that in areas where the APC are strong, for instance, they would want to maintain their hold. They wouldn't like to easily let go. The PDP, on the other hand, will also like to naturally defend their own areas. What we have to look for, or what we are all praying for, is a peaceful election. As far as I'm concerned, that is the important thing, because if rigging is going to start, if any violence is going to start, it's going to start small and grow big. It doesn't have to be like, a big thing.
Takes a spark.
It's just a small spark.
Now taking it from there, when we come back, we're going to talk to experts. We're going to talk to people that will analyze what it would take to win this election for the parties.
Right.
But for you guys here, I want to ask you, what are the states that we should be watching in terms of whether the turnout and rigging and what it means for each candidate? What state do you think?
I feel like Lagos,
Oh, yeah,
first of all.
yes, sir.
I
Definitely.
mean, even till like 2 this morning, some thugs are still attacking the homes of opposition members. So it's like there's this
Which
desperate...
party is opposition in Lagos?
Well, this is the
Because-
presidential election, so
Okay.
APC is still the
Opposition,
opposition
okay. Right.
anywhere and everywhere. Adeola Fayehun's home was attacked last night by gunmen. They shot and they destroyed cars and stuff like that. Thankfully, nobody was killed, but there's this desperation going on in Lagos because I feel like Lagos is APC and the presidency is trying everything to capture to win in Lagos. That's why he actually put Mbu there.
Okay.
So I feel like Lagos is a place to watch out for.
Apart from Lagos, where else?
Ooh, I would have to say, obviously, the North. That's a very, very deciding factor. And of course, Jonathan's area too, that's very important. So we have to see how things are going to play out there.
In River State, yesterday, there was an attack on the convoy of the governor.
Yes.
Have you had anything happening there today?
Not yet, but if I can weigh in on what the previous question you asked quickly, I would be looking at Lagos because it's such a cosmopolitan area. The numbers are diverse.
Definitely.
I'm sure every party has some kind of presence there. Same goes for Abuja.
Yeah.
I would look at Ekiti State because it has a history.
It has a history,
An
definitely.
infamous history that we
Yes.
hope would not
Yeah.
revisit. And
Right.
I would also look at the North, like Humble Prince said, because it's obviously because of the situation, the security situation and stuff like that.
Right.
Definitely that is going to affect the way voting goes.
And
Yeah.
I think the Niger Delta, because Asari Dokubo had been threatening that
That too.
people must have just one line and vote for
Right.
just Goodluck Jonathan. So I want to know if anything would happen if anybody
Exactly.
decides not to vote for Jonathan.
Yeah, I just
All
wanted
right.
to say in River State too, Amechi had to suspend accreditation because there was something going on there.
Amechi did it.
Yes, but
Okay.
the orders. But
All right,
let's see how
we
it
don't
goes.
have a lot of time. Let me just,
Yeah.
one more thing.
Yeah.
Any surprise so far? Because
I feel like the president's thing not being accredited was a huge surprise for me. I feel like even if there's malfunctioning of the machine with everybody else, you should at least get it right with the president, because that just goes beyond Nigeria. It's traveling everywhere that even the president's card could not be accredited. That's a shame.
all right, what about you? Any surprise?
I was just surprised at that on the day of that, the INEC website could get hacked. That was just, come on.
Maybe
We
they
should-
didn't think about it.
Who should we trust now for election results?
all the things should have put in place to prevent something like this.
Okay.
Right.
What about you?
It's interesting because I understand a group calling itself the Nigeria Cyber Army
yeah.
have claimed responsibility. Do we know these people?
Exactly.
What kind of...
Are they Boko Haram in this guy?
Who is this?
No,
But
no,
not
they-
even just
And,
that.
and then they put
they-
a message saying,
they have
warning INEC not to rig the election. who are these people?
Right, and they're saying
But-
they have other websites as well.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
but let me also digress a little, which I'm getting notorious for doing, to the point with President Jonathan and the situation with Boko Haram. No, I'm sorry, with the cards. We know that a group of people were against the idea of using the cards. These people were for Jonathan, or they were against Jonathan?
Jonathan.
They were for-
That's what I'm saying. I believe they
We
were
should
for Jonathan.
investigate.
Do we want to look deeper into?
I thought about
I don't
that
know how much
too.
conspiracy theory is allowed at this point, but can we look deeper into that?
All right, when we
They
come
might have
back,
planted
when
a
we
bug.
come back for the second panel, we
Yes.
talk more about this.
Okay.
But in the meantime, we are going to, of course, give you live feed from the field, other studio analysis, and interview with experts. But we are going to leave you now with a profile of the challenger to President Goodluck Jonathan, General Muhammadu Buhari. So stay tuned.